I'm a former Australian diplomat, and these are the biggest culture shocks I've ever felt when living abroad. So let's start with the US, where I live right now. Biggest thing I notice is that there is a lack of shared sense of humor. Let me put it that way to be diplomatic. I'm sarcastic, I'm cynical. Americans just don't seem to get it. They look at me with wide eyes, not realizing that I'm joking. On the other hand, when I lived in the UK, lived in London, that wasn't the problem. Brits and Australians have a very similar sense of humor, but my God, Britain, you've got to be less negative. Biggest culture shock there is just like everybody's always moping about something. That comes as a shock to Australians. And the third thing, when I lived in China, well, the whole thing is a culture shock when you live in China. Nothing is the same. The food, the way of thinking, there's no real common reference point. But I would still say that the biggest shock there is just like not having an easy way to communicate. Communicating in a second language, I speak Mandarin, you just don't have the same personality. It's a weird thing if you don't speak a second language to realize that you can't make a joke, you can't say what you want to say when you want to say it. Let me finish by saying I loved living in all three of these places. Subscribe if you want to hear more.